part of kind of the mission of Family Search is the discovery experience.
Right.
So what was your first discovery experience with Family Search?
Boy, that's a great question. I would have to say my first discovery experience is we had a pretty prominent ancestor. So as a little boy, I remember opening up the bound journal of Albert Perry Rockwood. And the Rockwoods had lived in Boston for 5 or 6 generations, and he met Brigham Young and was never heard of again. But as far as the Bostonian family was concerned, but we had this whole history of him, as he has thousands of descendants here. And I just remember as a little boy, we would, once in a while, Mom would let us leaf through that bound book.
So is that still in your hands, or would it be in the Church History Library?
The wonderful thing is, yes, it's in my hands electronically. Because yes, it was digitized, and so now we can share it with everyone. I think back in the 60s or 70s is when one of my distant cousins made it available, 1 copy per every family. But now, everyone has access to it.
Via Family Search or via...
Yes, well, actually, Brigham Young University was the first one to digitize it, and yes, you can link to it from there. And
fantastic.
Well, listen, you have told us about your own childhood experience. What is your favorite activity or family history related event that you've done with your children, your extended family?
It's all about food. Yeah, and you remember last year food was the theme?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, and maybe it's because I grew up in a family where you had to eat to survive with all brothers, but no, we have had a lot of fun with food and making sure we could tap into individuals as well as homelands with what we cook, what restaurants we go to, and especially what we... Exactly. I'm serious. It really is. Food is the great equalizer, at least for my family.
So would that have had an influence on the theme for last year, or was that just serendipitous?
It might have had a little influence.
Yeah,
it could have had some influence there. But it was a universal thing. That was the thing. I could tell no matter what the culture was, no matter where you were, you started talking food, everyone had a family memory, family history, family story, and so it was universal. That's the key. What was universal? Food was universal. Photos and stories years before that, universal. Connect, belong, universal. That's the key thing that drives the things. Can apply to anyone. Spans ages, people, cultures, doesn't matter. You can find a universal positive feeling when you talk about those subjects.
Okay, one more question while I hog the I blog with my kids, and I'm always interested in knowing what's new in genealogy for children and to engage children. Can you tell us what Family Search is thinking about the future for children?
You bet. I think a few things, at least what we're doing, for children and family histories, you might not hear the term family history or genealogy very much, but you are going to hear a lot about discovery. And so that's the future, I think, for the whole industry, not just for what we're doing with children. And we have shared with the industry that while we really focused in on millennials, we focused in on teenagers, we are definitely going upstream or downstream, compared to how you look at it. We're definitely, because our children need it so much earlier and for very, very key reasons, both positive as well as to prepare for the negative, we're really, really focusing on the children.
Yeah.
But not in the name of family history. It'll be in the name of discovery.
Yesterday, Judy G. Russell made a grand prediction, or a grand suggestion, I might think. She's hoping that the day comes when there's a great big one single integrated family tree that combines documentary evidence with DNA evidence. Would Family Search have this on their radar?
Family Search has always had on its radar to do whatever we can to connect individuals to their family, both past and present. One key way you can do that is with a family tree. That's a very wonderful way in Western cultures to do it. There's other ways to do it globally, worldwide. And so yes, whether it's a tree or other means of connecting people to family, past and present, we are very intimately involved with that. And DNA is a game changer. It's the most recent, ultimate, searchable record. It's always been a record. Now it's searchable. And of course, we need to combine it with the written record. And let's see what other records might occur in the future. Who knows?
How many of your family have done a DNA test?
I mean, my family?
Yes.
Well, I know that I've done it, and I know that my older brother did DNA 10 or 12 years ago. And last year he gave me the original test that he had from Sorensen Research.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Goes back.
And so I'm not peddling it, but I know that a number of members of our family are certainly more interested. My mother was the funnest.
Yeah.
So last year at Rootstech, I bought a DNA thing for Mom, and she still today, okay, Steve, log me back on so I can go take a look at this. And so that's always fun. So I'm not going to say what her age is, but my mother is very much involved.
But that's another way to get the children in. 2 of my grandchildren have tested.
Exactly.
Because they want to know. That one of the 17-year-olds said, well, I want to know my heritage, not just from your side.
There you go. Exactly. And now they've made it so engaging and so affordable. It's like the perfect gift, right? And that's
For people who have everything.
Yeah. There you go.
I've just said to you that I'm your cousin, and you said there were something like 300 people here that said that it was present. Have other people come along and actually said this? Because I've also discovered a 5th cousin once removed that I've made contact with, and I come from the UK, so obviously I would probably expect there to be not that many, but they seem to be more and more coming up on the app. Do you think this app is connecting people better?
Oh, I do. What the app is doing is the same thing that DNA results do, at least with Homelands, and it just establishes that wonderful connection. So yes, I felt bad actually the last day because I'm looking at my phone more than I'm looking up when I walk through the trade show, because I'm seeing all these new messages coming from cousins, and each one has its own unique story to it. I mentioned yesterday I had a friend for over 25 years, and I just found out yesterday we're actually cousins. You're the first one that I've met today from the other side of the pond, and so I am absolutely that's its own unique nature to this. And each one I've met has been unique.
Well, last time I came, I didn't realise what connections I've got to some of the Mormon pioneers, and because I've been putting people on Familysearch, I have now got quite a few connections with the Mormon pioneers.
So my scoutmaster, when I was a Boy Scout in San Diego, California, my scoutmaster has since passed. His wife came up to me this morning and said, we're cousins. I've known her since I was 9.
It's the last 10 years.
Yeah, and now all of a sudden, my scoutmaster's wife is my cousin. It's just fabulous, and it's doing exactly what we thought it would do. Because we really do treat each other differently, right?
Yeah.
Once we know that we're connected.
What do you see Familysearch's role among all the competing countries? I know you mentioned Switzerland. Kind of see yourselves as bringing together.
We hope we truly are the benevolent, honest, I don't even want to say broker, I want to say connector, because that's literally what we've done. Think of it, for literally decades and decades, it was Family Search, other archives, and wonderful societies that were trying to help individuals with this. Now to have the commercial entities here we welcome them with open arms. We do not want to compete with them, and we want to do whatever we can to enable them to be wildly successful. And so that is our role. That's definitely our role. And so the neutral Switzerland it's not just a fun metaphor. We truly do feel that that's what we're here to do. And if we can provide value to them and they can provide value to us and our global mission, then we're all for it. See, the unique thing about Family Search is we are bound to make sure we can help anyone in any part of the world. So the only way we can meet that scope is to make sure we find partners that are the absolute experts in their part of the world, or absolute experts with their function. So our core competency needs to go be partnering. And if you look at it, we've been partnering with archives for over 110 years. Those records now are never ours, right? We're partnering with the archive, and so we're just so glad we can now partner with more than just the archives, more than just the societies. We now are also partnering with commercial entities. And it's always a tightrope, but Rootstech's a great example of that. I think we really are the one organization that could really bring everyone together in a non-threatening way, and I'm just so proud of everyone that while the competition might be keen, the tone is so positive. That's very unique.
It was lovely to see all those DNA people sitting up on the stage together yesterday
Yeah, it really was.
and sharing similar thoughts.
Yeah.
It was
And this
fantastic
is
to bring them
getting
together.
So big, there is plenty of room for everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a wave. This wave is huge, and there's plenty of room for everyone to ride the wave.